Hey there, and welcome back to Cosmic Crypto. In this video, we're going to be talking about Jasmy. Let's go. Okay, welcome back to the channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, if you could please go down below, hit that subscribe button. And while you're down there, if you can tap the like button, I'd really appreciate it. All right, Jasmy. Let's get up to date here. So in my last video, I had talked about how we were coming up on this 236 Fibonacci right here. We hit it, and then I said that I was expecting a pullback, and I expected it to happen over the 3-day weekend the U.S. had a 3-day weekend. But it didn't, and it held strong, went sideways for the entire weekend, and then now we finally got a pullback. I think it's due to probably not only were we overbought all over the board, but we also had the Department of Justice in the U.S. say they were cracking down on crypto. They had a major announcement coming, which really turned out to be nothing. They shut down a no-name exchange or something else. I think that's all I heard about it. I don't know. They might have did something else, but that was kind of the funny thing I heard was it was a no-name exchange somewhere that they shut down. Anyway, we got our rejection off the 236. Now, is this going to be a deep enough rejection, or do we have a little bit lower to go? Let's find out. And actually, let me just catch some people up to date here. If you're new to my videos, we've been following Jasmy in this falling wedge here. We broke out finally. I said that we're probably going to have some decent moves here. We did. And then we came up, we hit the 236 Fibonacci, and we're getting rejected now. We've been overbought on a lot of indicators on the lower time frame. I was just waiting for a retracement along with the rest of the crypto market. And we got a little bit of a retracement today. I don't know that I'd be jumping into anything just yet because we don't know how far this retracement's going to go. But it was a decent one. So let's go down to the daily time frame, see what we got going on here. So on the daily time frame, we have come above the 21 and the 55 EMA, which is, I've been changing my indicators up here. I kind of like the way this one looks. So the 21 and the 55, the 21 would be this guy right here. 55 would be the one on the lower here. If you can see that. But as you can see on the daily time frame RSI, we were completely overbought, hanging out in the 80 area. We got a red dot on the trend directional here, and we were overbought on this as well. If we take a Fibonacci from the bottom here now to the top, you can see that we are holding the 236 Fibonacci right here. At least we held it for now. And I'm curious if this is actually going to hold, and this could be the retracement. It just seems kind of shallow to me. I feel like we probably would go down to the 382, but we are... Well, we fell through this right here. So this was a little bit of support, not much, but just a tiny bit right there. Well, actually, if you scoot it over a little bit, it's probably a little bit more. But we did fall through this, and it looks like, well, they're kind of like right in between, actually. So I don't know if I'd really consider this much of anything. More like this is the support over here. We haven't even reached that yet. But I personally believe we do have a little bit lower to go. I think that we're probably going to come down at least to the 382 Fibonacci. If we go down to the 12-hour time frame, we've got our Elliott wave counts going on here. And right now we're looking for a fourth wave to this 12-hour time frame Elliott wave. And I think I talked about this in a previous video where this could be right here. Well, for the daily time frame, we haven't started a count yet. So this would be wave 1, what we're forming here on the daily time frame. So this could be a massive move here coming up here really quick. So if this was wave 1 here and we're forming a wave 2, which I'm thinking it's going to come down to the 382, maybe even down to the 0.5. We'll see. But we get down there. Then we have our wave 3, which is going to be a big move, which I actually think is going to line up perfectly with this 200 EMA. And that's where we'll get our rejection along with this 0.5 Fibonacci. So I kind of think we're going to bypass this 382 on the next run here. Well, all this previous support here makes me think otherwise, actually. Let me just throw this down, and then maybe our wave 3 is to this 382 Fibonacci here, because there's so much support here. previous support that would be resistance now, and it's a 382 Fibonacci. So that could be our fourth wave move right there. We get a retracement down, or the third wave, excuse me, and then we get a retracement down for our fourth wave, and then our fifth wave would actually be the one that lines up. That makes actually a little bit more sense to me. Would line up with the 200 EMA, and that would be the end of this run right here, and then we would get an ABC correction down, and then start a new run after that. I do believe that Jasmy is going much higher. I'm trying to figure out where I'm kind of forecasting here on where I think this is headed. I do believe that probably, in the next month or so, we're going to end up seeing these prices here at the 0.11 area, which is just around this 0.5 Fibonacci, probably in the next few months. I do believe that's coming. If we get higher than that's fantastic. But as of right now, that's kind of where my eyes are set. And so right now, I'm just trying to figure out, have we found support here at the 236 Fibonacci? Let's go back down on the 12-hour. The other thing that I see here, and this is why I think we might go lower, is the 12-hour. We broke below the 200 EMA on the 12-hour, which is the white line here. And we're retesting the 200 EMA as resistance now. And so that's making me think we're going to go a little bit lower. And if this wave count is going to be accurate, this needs to stay above. The price cannot go lower than the 0.03892 level, which is just above the 0.5 Fibonacci on this, from the bottom to the top there. So we need to stay above that, and that's why I'm thinking we're going to come down to the 382, which is around the 0.0417 area, maybe wick down a little bit further to touch this 50 EMA here on the bottom. So we could come down, touch that 50 EMA on the 12-hour, get a wick down to there, the body come up and close at the 382 area. And when we get into this area here for the fourth wave, we're going to be looking for some kind of a pattern. Whether that's, I like to look for like, a triangle pattern here. And then we have, it breakout. So here I'm looking for something like this to form. Some kind of pattern to where we're going to have a pattern form, and then we wait, and then we coil up, and we break out to the upside for the fifth wave, is what I'm kind of waiting for. So we'll just have to wait and see if that happens. It doesn't have to be that kind of triangle. It could be, ascending wedge here where you've got the flat top, and then we have got the higher lows coming in, something like that. So we'll just have to wait and see. That's kind of what I'm waiting on. I don't want to jump into this just yet because usually something forms here for the fourth wave. I don't see us V-bottoming out of this. As you can see over here for the second wave on the 12-hour, we had the higher, just wait for those higher lows. We had this big move up, then we had another retracement, but we created this higher low. And if we move in a little bit even further and we do a Fibonacci from this bottom to that top, so we came down and we retested around the 618 area. So if we do get a nice move to the upside, wait for the retracement. I don't think it's just going to blast up through there. I think whether we get a retracement on the 12-hour or we can see it more clearly like we can right here. So this was the second wave, this area right here on the 12-hour. And then we got this retracement right here. And so you can see it a little clearer on a lower time frame that we came down and we were testing this 618 multiple times on a lower time frame, and then on the and we also were holding support on the 50 level on the RSI here, and then we finally got this green dot right here on the 4-hour time frame. And sure, we would have missed out on getting the bottom here, but at least at that point we know that we're moving to the upside. And from that point on, if you would have bought in at this green dot right here and caught this wave 2, as long as you put your stop loss below the previous low here, you're looking at, you would have caught you would have caught something. Let's see, you would have caught a 44 to 45% move. And so just pay attention to these retracements, and that's just what I'm waiting on. So here I am on the 4-hour time frame, and as you can see, we're not even close to getting a green dot here. We are underneath the 50 level on the RSI. We are just holding support at the 40 level, which is good. That's still bullish. To hold that 40 level on the RSI. I wouldn't want to see this go much lower on the 4-hour. And I do believe we're starting to curl over here. And during these next few 4-hour candles, I think that we're going to form something here, whether that's support or whether we come crashing down to hold this 200 EMA on the 4-hour time frame, and on the 12-hour time frame, that's the 50 EMA as well. So this is where I'm mostly paying attention to get the best possible entry point. This is not a trade signal. I don't do trade signals, but this is kind of just what I'm looking at for the best possible entry point before this entire structure is broken. Would be just around the 004 area. Not only does that keep us above the first wave here on this, but it also, allows the price to fall back down to the 50 EMA on the 12-hour and the 200 EMA on the 4-hour and hold that as support. But that also would get us around that 382, probably have a wick down to that, and then body close above the 382. And then we would move on to our fifth wave, which if we use our extension tool here from the bottom here, go to the 1, and let's just assume that the 382 holds. Now we're looking at a minimum price target of around 6 cents, or not 6 cents, excuse me, 006 is the minimum price target I would be looking at if we came down to those prices. As of right now, we're currently looking at a minimum price target of 00635. But I just have this feeling that we're going to go down a little bit further. I could be wrong. This could hold. We are holding at support right now at the 236. So we are at support. My biggest concern again is that we're underneath the 200 EMA. If we see it, if we blast above the 200 EMA here, then obviously, we might have found our support at this 236, and then we start to form some sort of pattern going up here. But I do believe this is going to take all week, if not over the weekend, in order to get something to form here. It will take a little while, in my opinion, but we'll just have to wait and see. Once we see a green dot, something like this over here on the 4-hour, if we see something like that play out, that's not like an instant buy signal, but it is telling me that we are getting closer to our next move to the upside. So as you can see, when we had the 4-hour green dot come in right here, we still came down one more time, but then we had the big move. And so we're just trying to pay close attention here to where this is going to land. I still think best bet is to pay attention to the 004 level. But that's pretty much all I got right now. Jasmy's doing really good. It's doing, it's a perfect chart. We got the breakout from this massive long resistance. We created our 3 waves here. And actually, let me see where this wave. So we had the 1 down to the 2. That's not a very well drawn 1 there. Let's move that. And we came right. So this wasn't a very strong third wave, actually, on the 4th. The 4th wave was not very strong. We only made it, usually you can make it all the way up to the 1618, but we only made it to the 1. So that is actually making me curious what this 5th wave is going to look like, but it wasn't as strong as I had hoped for. But let's go back to the 12-hour here really quick. Yeah. And then, so again, if you're able to catch that at the 382 is my guess, the 004 level, and then we are just forming our first wave and creating our second wave right now, that could be a massive run to the upside. I don't know if I measured this, but you're looking at around 170% move probably happening in the next couple of months. So yeah, something cool to pay attention to. You can make a lot of money here if you catch this just right. Anyway, rambling on now. That's all I got for Jasmy. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, share it with your friends, and I will talk to you later.